Welcome into Sports Den. I'm Blythe Whaley alongside Bill Hupp, and tonight it's the season finale, the last dance, those final moments of recap, and it just gets bigger and better. Bill and I plan on going out with a bang, and of course, boys basketball state tournament just around the corner. I can smell that popcorn already, I think, Bill.
Oh yeah, I had some in Anoka the other night, and we'll tell you if it was Centennial or Anoka who advanced to that boys basketball state tournament. Cougars capping off a historic year at above 500, and we'll tell you exactly what happened in their section final.
Yeah, and we have some guests in studio today. We always love when we get our athletes joining us here, so that's going to be fun too, Bill.
Absolutely. We'll be talking to stars Sydney Schmitz and Jackson Driesen, and we'll have a representative from Blaine and SLP. But it's not just hoops that we're talking about today.
Oh yeah, that's so true. Michaela Oslin, a gymnast from Centennial, here in studio, as well as Benno Schubauer in studio, a swimmer from one of our teams. So it's going to be a neat day, being able to recap and go out with a bang, like we said.
Yeah, it'll be fun on the Sports Den winter season finale show. And we start that show with highlights from the Anoka and Centennial game, as Centennial in the section title game for the first time in decades, as Tristan Hansen and the boys face the top seed Tornadoes in Anoka. Early first half, Cougars work it inside out, and Hansen drains a three from straight away to give Centennial a lead. Then Hansen playing defense, staying with Kamari Hibbler and denying his layup attempt at the rim. Jacob Hosfield pounding the offensive boards, putting back this three-point miss. But Anoka is the top seed for a reason here. Kongcho Inquetti powers it home and draws the foul on Hosfield. And then the Tornadoes drain a couple of long threes. Dre Ellis and then Peyton Podani as they start to pull away towards the end of the first half. Second half action now, more downtown destruction from deep for Ellis. And Anoka feeling it. Hansen trying to keep it in with defense. Reminds me of the block he had late in overtime against Blaine. And Marshawn Carlvin, who's had an excellent career on the football field and the basketball court for Centennial, maybe his last points in a Cougar uniform. More Anoka as they stretch their lead to double figures here with a three by Dominic Bockett. Centennial struggling offensively midway through the second half, but Hansen provides another spark from the outside, and then Hansen doing it again on both ends. Tremendous defense. Even some contributors off the bench as Wes Kukkonen drained a deep three, and Bryant Richardson, big Bryant Richardson, chipped in as well, as we take a look at the three from Kukkonen towards the end, but it would not be enough. Centennial's special season ends one game shy of the state tournament with a 57-45 loss to Anoka. As you see there, Anoka advancing to the state tournament. They were the top seed, one of the best teams in state all year, and they will play Shakopee in the state tournament. As we take a look at that Section 7 Class 4A boys basketball bracket, historic win for Centennial, 59-56 in overtime over Blaine. We had that game for you, and Anoka with a couple close wins, ultimately pulling it out over Centennial to win Section 7. And we're pleased to be joined right now on set with two of the players we've been talking about, boys basketball star Jackson Driesen, and then Sydney Schmitz from the girls basketball team. And I just want to start just by asking a general question, just kind of what this season meant, and it was historic from a boys basketball perspective. Second time that you finished above 500 in 23 years. Not traditionally a basketball school. Why did you finish so strong, and why did everything come together for you this year?
Yeah, we had a good group of guys who played their role well. You know, we had a lot of seniors, a lot of height, so everyone bought in from the start, and we wanted to go out on a bang, and ended up doing that.
Yeah, Sydney, your team finished just shy of beating Anoka in the section final, losing 47-44. You averaged 12.4 points a game as a junior. What was your experience like this year, and how did you guys overcome the adversity that you faced in season?
All the girls were just really supportive of each other, and we just, Autumn was a really big role in our team. Everybody else stepped up on offense and defensively. We needed people to score the ball, so we had people step up, and it went really well.
I'll stay with you here, Sydney, because you mentioned Autumn McCall, who's going to St. Thomas and put up 29 in that section final loss. What did you learn from her leadership this year?
I think over the past couple years, I've seen her on the court, at her inside game, her outside game. But honestly, the biggest thing that I've learned from her is just her positive mindset and mentality. She always is super uplifting and was a really good leader for our team.
What are you going to try to work on in the offseason? You're going to play AU basketball in the spring. How do you want to develop your game from junior year to senior year?
Without Autumn, I know that I'm going to be a big focal point for our team. And I think the biggest thing I want to work on is more of an outside game, not always just relying on my inside game and jump shots, things like that.
Jackson, you were one of the best scorers in the state of Minnesota this year. Did it take you a little while to kind of figure out, okay, these are the times in the game when I need to take over and lead my team versus getting your other teammates involved? How did you strike that balance during this year?
Yeah, I mean, no, I kind of just, I went into each game, knew my role was scoring, so, just kind of having fun with it. But obviously, towards the end of the game is when I usually need to take over. But at the start, sometimes I can't get going, other guys need to get going, but usually just the flow of the game.
What's a more fun way to score? A deep, step back three, or a strip and steal with a layup on the other end? What's your favorite way to get a bucket?
Favorite way to get a bucket?
We ask the hard-hitting questions about Sports Den.
Yeah, I'd say maybe I like to get into a between the legs three or something like that. I mean, I haven't gotten any in-game dunks yet this year, so probably just a step back three or something like that. Maybe
Nice.
A tough and one.
Nice. Sydney, how about you? What's your go-to move to get a bucket?
My favorite move is probably a turnaround jump shot. That's my go-to, yeah.
Nice. Favorite memory from this season?
One of my favorite memories was section championship. It didn't end it how we wanted it to, but it was a really fun game, and I played AAU with Drew for a long time on Anoka, so it was really fun to get to play against her in that big game.
And Jackson, we'll end it here with you. What was your kind of highlight from senior year?
Just going out on a good note. We haven't had a good record like that in a long time, so I think just having a good record and going out on a good note like that is something really I'm happy about.
Well, thanks for joining us here, guys. I appreciate the time, and best of luck in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that will do it for our conversation with Centennial. We'll be back in a second on the Sports Den winter season finale with conversations with a couple basketball players from Spring Lake Park and Blaine. That's next as we roll on the Sports Den winter season finale.
Good evening. We will call the City Council meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Time is 6:30 p.m. I'm calling to order the City of Centerville Council meeting.
Welcome everybody. Welcome to the City of Circle Pines, Minnesota regular City Council meeting.
Take your City Council anywhere.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ham Lake City Council meeting.
Okay, we'll call this meeting to order. Roll call, Bill.
Lake Park City Council meeting is now called to order.
Subscribe to your city podcast on your favorite podcast platform.
North Metro TV, your source for great local programming, is now available on Apple TV and Roku devices. Our free app allows you to stream all of our channels live. You'll also have access to an on-demand library, including weekly newscasts, sporting events, and city meetings. To find us, go to the App Store and search North Metro TV. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. North Metro TV, now available on Apple TV and Roku.
Lionel Lakes is the gateway to the metro area, just minutes north of Minneapolis and St. Paul. Conveniently located on I-35W, this growing city still maintains its North Country feel. Lionel Lakes is a safe, fun, and affordable community that values its award-winning schools. Outdoor lovers will discover miles of hiking, biking, and water trails. Growing businesses will find premier development opportunities with great freeway visibility and ready to help your businesses grow. Come to live, work, and play in Lionel Lakes.
The past comes alive at North Metro TV, where we can help you transfer your old videotapes, films, cassette tapes, record albums, and even photographs and slides to DVD and digital so you can enjoy them again. North Metro TV, bringing the past to life.
And we're back here on the Sports Den winter season finale with two more local basketball stars, senior guard Nano Gemta from Blaine and junior guard Colin Welch from Spring Lake Park. And Nano, we'll start with you. You guys had a tremendous season, 16-12, 2 seed. It may not have ended exactly as you'd hoped, but your overall thoughts on the season that you guys just had?
I'm really proud of the season we had because in the previous seasons we were struggling a lot, and me and a lot of seniors really wanted to leave our impact on this Blaine basketball team, and I think we did a good job doing that.
How special was it to play your senior year with your brother Tula?
No, that was really fun. It's definitely something that I'm going to cherish a lot because not a lot of people get to do that, and it was the most fun I've ever had playing basketball this year.
You led the team in scoring, tied with your teammate, 19 points a game. How did you know during the flow of a game when to take over scoring, when to look for your points versus when to get your teammates involved?
Yeah, so our team, we were filled with a bunch of scorers like Ty Buffo, David Diamond, Shiloh, and me, and it was just whoever was having a night, which was usually one of us was having a night, and you just feed the hot hand. It'd either be like me, Shiloh, Ty. It's hard to guard, so it was fun.
Yeah. We'll bring Colin in. Colin, your guys' season ended with a loss to Mounds View, arguably playing in one of the toughest sections in the state. How do you think your schedule prepared you? Because you guys were playing good teams night in and night out.
Yeah, we were playing good teams all year. We had some good battles with teams like TG. We had a good battle with Anoka. Even them, they had an overall really good year. So we split the season series with them. But I think those games, and even Mounds View is a tough team. They had a really good record. And so I just think, those games like TG and them, they get you that environment, like that playoff environment, that section game environment. So I think those games like that really helped us for that section game.
Watching you calling a couple of your games this year really impressed me with your passing and your court vision. Is that a part of the game you really take pride in? And what do you consider your role on the team to be this year?
Yeah, I take a lot of pride in that. I think coming up this year, I think I'm looking to score a little bit more. We're going to be very senior heavy next year. So we'll have a lot of other guys that can score as well, but I think as being the second leading scorer this year, going into next year, I think I got to try to keep that up for sure.
What's more satisfying, like a deep three, step back, whatever, or a sweet dime for an assist?
I'm more of definitely a dime kind of guy.
Yeah.
Definitely a nice pass over a nice shot.
Yeah. And if you could narrow it down to like a junior year highlight for you, what would you say that your favorite memory from this season would be?
I think we went up to Duluth this year for a 2-game tournament kind of format. So that was really fun for the team. I think that was my highlight for sure.
Nice. And Nano, for you, a couple finishing questions. Number one, if you need a bucket, what's your sort of go-to move?
I'm a really good shooter, so like when I pump fake, defenders either have to jump and when they usually jump, I have a good get to the rim.
Blow by?
Yeah, blow by.
Yeah, nice. And how about you for favorite senior year memory from what was a pretty special season?
My favorite game was Cambridge for senior night. It was fun to play with all the seniors on Bengal court for one last time, and we beat them, and everyone had a good game, so it was just really fun.
Didn't you guys score 110 in that game?
Yeah, we scored a lot. Yeah.
That's what I thought. crazy offensive explosion. But again, congratulations on fantastic seasons, and thanks for coming on Sports Net. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
It's not just hoops players we talked to. We'll have a couple other sports stars from the winter season. Blythe Whaley, we'll be talking to them coming up next on the Sports Den winter season finale.
We in Spring Lake Park believe in building a strong and safe community. Our city moves onward and upward while holding on to our traditions and roots. We maintain a small town feel even though we are nestled next to the big city. We believe in being good neighbors and building community with safe neighborhoods. And we believe in citizenry and promote being active both physically and socially. We in Spring Lake Park love to play and believe in having an abundance of parks, playgrounds, and green space so that everyone can take a moment to enjoy the natural beauty that surrounds us. We believe in educating our children well, so we use the most advanced tools of learning to ensure continued success and bright futures. We promote athletics to keep our children fit and healthy and build a sense of teamwork. We in Spring Lake Park believe in providing a good, stable home for industry and small business to thrive. We have a large variety of successful businesses that have found continued success and benefit from excellent visibility off Highway 65. And a large customer base, as we are located only 15 minutes outside of downtown Minneapolis. Come visit us in Spring Lake Park, and you will see why we believe our city is one of a kind.
Lino Lakes is the gateway to the metro area, just minutes north of Minneapolis and St. Paul. Conveniently located on I-35W, this growing city still maintains its North Country feel. Lino Lakes is a safe, fun, and affordable community that values its award-winning schools. Outdoor lovers will discover miles of hiking, biking, and water trails. Growing businesses will find premier development opportunities with great freeway visibility and ready to help your businesses grow. Come to live, work, and play in Lino Lakes.
An apple core or potato peels. That leftover pizza you promised you'd eat.
Ew!
Those dirty napkins and paper towels.
Stop treating us like garbage.
Did you know up to 30% of what you're throwing away could be composted? Composting gives your discards new life, which can be used to improve soil. To learn more about the new organics drop-off programs available throughout the county and get your free starter kit, go to anokacounty.us/organics.
Welcome back here on Sports Den for our winter finale alongside a couple standout youngsters from Centennial. We have alongside me Benno Schubauer and Michaela Osland. And this is really incredible to have both of you in studio already performing at such a high level, state qualifiers, and just such tremendous performances this season. Michaela, I want to start with you. You placed 8th in the all-around at the state tournament. It's such an amazing accomplishment, like I said, but I want to talk about what it was like for you to be standing amongst some of your fellow high-performing athletes.
It was a really good moment knowing that all my practices and hard work had paid off.
Yeah, and did that moment really sink in for you at the time, or has it kind of trickled in as you have left?
It set in at the time.
Yeah. Was it something that you thought maybe you were going to be able to accomplish when you started out this year?
Yeah, if I worked super hard for it.
And it's always nice to be able to look back and know that that hard work paid off. But Benno, you also had just a lot of accomplishments to celebrate this season, including your section titles, those state records that you were able to accomplish. What do you attribute most to the success this season?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my coaches, because we've had a lot of coaches this year helping focus on individual athletes, allowing them to grow faster, and I also do club, so I'm swimming year-round, which also helps me quite a bit.
True, yeah, when you can stay in the pool, get those reps in, yeah. That's obviously helpful, so that's good. Michaela, one of the highlights from your performances was your floor routine, and I want to specifically mention that double twist layout that you had. It's such a high difficulty skill. For those of you who don't know, can you please explain how difficult and challenging that is and what makes it that challenging, but how did you perfect it?
I'd say the number one thing that makes it challenging is the mental blocks, because you have to keep going back to where you started. Like last year I could only do a full, but then the year before that I could do a double full. And for perfecting it, I'd say you just have to
I want to
set.
stop you really quick. We got to break down. People out there, they really don't know. If they haven't watched gymnastics, what does this mean? A double twisting layout?
You go back and you twist twice, and then you land on your feet, like in the foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, incredible. Sorry, keep going.
To perfect it, you really just have to set at the right time, and then stay super tight and keep your legs together.
Yeah. And what was maybe the most challenging for you to be able to perfect that at this level?
Probably like moving it from like tumble track, which is like a softer mat, to a hard mat where you have to compete it.
Yeah. What's the difference between soft and hard for you personally, just that extra bounce?
Yeah, you get more height and it's easier because you have more time.
Yeah. And of course, Benno, we talked about those school records that you were able to set. You set the school record in the section meet, and then just a short time later, resetting that record from yourself. And what did it take? What were maybe those things that you had to adjust? Was there anything, or was it purely just the adrenaline of the state meet?
Yeah, we were working on my stroke like the month before the meet, just getting it finalized to get ready for the meet. And we tapered for the state meet, so I was able to drop more time at state. Quite a bit of adrenaline at both meets, and that really helped me get those times.
Yeah, very impressive. I had to point that out because it's such a short time. And Michaela, I want to talk about maybe some of those skills that you're looking forward to setting in on the off season to bring into next year. Is there something that you're looking to try to up your ante?
One thing I'm really wanting to do is a double back on floor, which is like a round off back handspring and then 2 flips and then you land.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I want to do that too, but I'm sure it'll be fun watching you be able to do that next season, I'm sure. And Benno, I also want to talk about your coach, Pete Crawford. He was named the section coach of the year, and I just want to talk about maybe what he taught you this season that helped you have these big accomplishments.
Yeah, ever since 7th grade, Pete has helped me improve quite a bit, from convincing me to join 7th grade year, and all 4 years helping me get better and stronger, and that really helped me get to where I am now.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that you've been on the team since 7th grade, another accomplishment that I'm glad we get to share with everyone. Well, for Michaela, Benno, thanks so much for joining me to be able to highlight these awesome performances. Bill Hupp and I will be back after the break to recap the rest of our winter season and have a great send-off till next fall. Make sure you're joining us as we come back after the break.
Come to Ham Lake and see how good life can be. Conveniently located only 20 miles north of the Twin Cities on Highway 65, yet Ham Lake has kept its rural charm. Residents of Ham Lake enjoy 1-acre minimum lots, giving you space to live with abundant natural green spaces and recreational activities like boating, fishing, golf, disc golf, camping and playgrounds, and tons of seasonal fun all year round. Ham Lake is home to one of the top school districts with consistent high scores in standardized testing and community ratings. Ham Lake is a business-friendly city and willing to work with businesses and developers of all sizes. Whether you are just starting out or looking to grow, Ham Lake has the business opportunities you've been waiting for. Life in Ham Lake moves a little slower, and that's the way we like it. Ham Lake offers space to live, to grow, and space to relax. Come visit Ham Lake and see for yourself what you are missing. Ham Lake is convenient country living.
Welcome back to the Sports Den winter season finale as Blythe Whaley and I recap what was a tremendous year, winter season of success for our sports teams. And Blythe, as you look back at the last couple months, what stands out to you? What are you going to remember most?
Yeah, I can't not mention the Centennial Boys Hoops. I know we had one of the guys in studio today, but just the second time in, 23 years, Bill, that they finished at or above 500. Quite impressive to also think about just them getting to that section final game. It's been a while, so hats off to them for having that kind of year this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was a great basketball season overall, right? I mean, 2 teams advancing to the section final, a couple in the section semifinals. Yeah, I totally agree with you. That basketball was a real highlight for me. I think it was hockey. You know, you had Centennial SLP, the girls team. They were #1 for much of the year. They rolled in the section title game. State tournament didn't go exactly as planned, but ultimately a really successful season for Sean Moline and the kids. And I would also say Blaine hockey's resurgence. They've had a couple down years the last couple years, but they really turned it around this year and made some noise, got it back up to 16 wins, I think. So really impressive stuff out there on the ice for the Bengals.
Bill, there's something we can't not mention quickly in our last little bit of time. What day is today?
I don't know. It's Monday, right? No. It's St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
And I'm not wearing any green. You understood the assignment.
We have to pinch Bill.
I did not. I deserved that. I deserve all of it. So, well, the least I can do is send us out with a little bit of Irish wishes for you. So thanks for tuning in to another season of Sports Den, and we hope you join us next year when we'll recap everything from all our teams. But in the meantime, hope you get a pot of gold and a little bit of luck here on the winter season edition of Sports Den. For Blythe, I'm Bill. Good night.